Happy Monday, April 17, 2023. Welcome to Daily Stock Market Update. If you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button. It just takes you 1 second to hit the like. I would really appreciate that. And thank you. All right, guys. So MES, this is S&P 500, MES futures. SPX is not giving up. You can see today what happened. We were down in the morning. We came down, we back tested this 10 MA line. So usually price cannot stay away from 10 MA line for long. So today you can see it was opened early on in the morning, and then it came down, back tested this green line. This is the 10 MA line, and then it bounced. All right, so now everything is still looking good, and there is this cycle low coming in around 20th of April. I will tell you. Let's quickly look at US 2000, which is IWM. You can see that multiple things are happening. Okay, so you can see there's a cycle low coming here around. It's going to put a little bit of pressure on S&P 500. So same thing I'm showing here. Let's go back to MES chart. You can see I do expect a little bit of dip coming here. It can happen here as well. So although this minor cycle is here, this is a minor cycle. Okay, so the major cycle is usually here, and then the other bigger cycle, this white one, is around this time frame over here. Okay, so this is a big zone here. So you can see like here, this was a big zone. We got a major dip, and you can see here we got a major dip. You can see here we got a major dip, and then in between it's like 50% chances. Okay, you can see here we had a little bit of dip, then we bounced, and then here we got a bit dip. Here, for example, this was a false cycle here, the yellow one I'm talking about. You can see we got a little bit, just minor dip, and again here minor dip, and again here it's consolidating. So basically it can go as shallow as this, so it can go as shallow as this white line. You can see this 20 EMA line. It can go as low as that, so it's very close there. So it doesn't need to be long, this dip, but I do expect a little bit of dips, and we can get that based on earnings. There Netflix earnings happening tomorrow, and then Tesla. So if anything goes wrong, it can go it can turn down SPX. Okay, so be mindful of that. But overall, my targets are still here. Okay, you can see this bigger cycle. I do expect around 4,300 at minimum to reach there. Okay. All right, so that's happening on S&P 500. Let's quickly look at SPY, which is the ETF used to trade S&P 500. Again, very bullish. I do expect a little bit of dip here. Okay, it doesn't have to be that big. Okay, you can see now, you can see we are developing a major bull trend. You can see this 20 EMA crossed 50, this red one. White line is 20 EMA. And also now all moving averages are stacking to the upside. All this will act as a support. We do have a gap here. Let's quickly go to 1 hour chart and see. You can see there's a small gap here, very slight gap here around 408. And then there is a bigger gap here around 403. And then also slight gap around 401. And this is the major gap around 395. Okay, see these gaps will be filled. But I think it will fill after earnings season. Okay, so it doesn't need to be filled now. It can fill later on in May. Okay, and again, my targets here are upside targets around 421 to 427. One thing to note, this is around major resistance. It's closed right on major resistance. You can see here. Here major resistance, this is also major resistance, and this was a major resistance before, and here also a lot of confluence of resistance here. Okay, so we are at a critical resistance here. It does need to break out of this resistance around 413. Okay, around 413, 414. It is possible we can slightly go down, fill this gap, and then bounce higher. So that's my preferred scenario. But if not, then we have to see. Tomorrow will be a critical time. I'm not sure if it's going to break that fast, but if it breaks, then these are the above price targets, 421 to 427. Okay, so that's on S&P 500. Let's quickly look at futures and see if we can find anything. This is the futures. Let's go to 1 hour chart and see if we see anything we need to be worried about. You can see this. There was a new high made here with lower momentum on PPO and RSI. So we got a little bit of correction, but again, we haven't made a new high here yet. Let's quickly look at US 100. Same thing here, divergence. So also it's supporting this trend line. You can see if we draw this trend line from here, right on this trend line. Okay, Let's see if SPX had something similar. Yeah, you can see, actually you can see this support line, this 20 EMA is acting as a support line. We can also draw a trend line here. You can see it's all how nicely it's like on this trend line. Okay, so as long as we are on this trend line, everything is good. Also, this blue line, dark blue line is 200 SMA. So that's acting as a major support also. So far we are following the trend line, so we keep climbing higher on a wall of worry. Okay, now let's quickly go to this chart here on Thinkorswim. You can see now we are around this zone here, which is the sell zone. Okay, now we are moving higher. This rotation was around 6%. It is possible we can go still a bit higher. Okay, so my top purple line, which is the best short entry, is around 43.10. This chart updates itself. So right now it's around 41.75. So it is possible it can keep going higher, but this is the sell zone. Okay, this is not the time to go long. This is the time to take profits and then wait for the dip. This is the time to buy, and we will be here at some point. Okay, it doesn't need to be now. I think earnings season, it's very hard for chart to go down, so eventually we'll be somewhere sometime after earnings are done, sometime in the buy zone. So I upgraded this MES chart. You can see this is a buy zone. We will be here sometime, but for now we are just climbing. The sell zone is huge, so we can keep climbing higher. Okay, but the point is, be very careful in this sell zone. Don't be looking to take a lot of leverage positions or going long here. Should be only looking to take profits and shorting it. All right. Now going to MNQ, which is Nasdaq US 100. You can see we are already we are actually a bit below sell zone. Okay. The reason is chart updates itself. I will show you here. You can see what's happening here. Now we are in a neutral zone, so that's a good thing for the bulls. As soon as we can go here, so it can go as high as 13,879 if we have good earnings, Netflix or Tesla. So we can pump higher. Okay, we can open here, but whenever we are here, that's a good time to sell. Okay, now we are in a neutral zone, so basically you can look to buy. The ideal buy would be here around this purple line. It's around 12,487. This is like no zone. Okay, this is like equal zone for bulls and the bears. And also, let's open this chart here. This is another Nasdaq chart. You can see we don't want to go long positions above yellow. Okay, you can see when it goes above yellow line, it can stay there for a while. Okay, so be mindful of that. So it can stay there for a while, but eventually slowly it comes down to the bottom yellow line. Okay, so be very careful here at this zone. So let's see, at minimum we should be looking to buy around white line. Okay, around this line. You should not be looking to buy around yellow line. Okay, so be careful. This is not the time to go long. Time to take profit. If you are taking long positions, look to exit very soon. All right. All right. So let's go to triple Qs and see how it is doing today. You can go to, let's go to 1 hour chart. We were down in the morning. You can, let's zoom in a bit. You can see we had a bullish day and then we gapped down and then it closed almost flat. Okay, so that's a very bullish sign. And also if I go to daily chart, you can see it's like a bull flag look. Okay, now the targets above the gap fills are 322 and 328. We are very close to these two, so I am expecting these to fill very fast. And we are like, let's quickly look at percentage wise from here, like almost like 1.27% on one and then 3% almost on the other one. So I do expect these to fill, and if Netflix and Tesla earnings are good, then it's going to fill very fast. All right, VIX is getting crushed here. You can see VIX keep going down. That's a behavior of a bull market. Okay, now this zone here, we are coming very close to this zone 16.5 to 15. You can see a lot of confluence here, so that's a zone you should be very careful. It can go down more down. Okay, but this is the zone you have to be careful. So it's possible it's going to be very hard for market to go down until Apple earnings are done. So Apple earnings are coming around let's see, 4th of May. Okay, so today is basically 17th of May, so a couple of more weeks. Okay, it's going to be hard for market to go down until Apple is done, and Apple is getting very overextended. Okay, it's finding a lot of resistance on this zone. Okay, and it is possible we can go higher. It's going to be a false breakout. We will be here near earnings time. Okay, 171 to 174, and then we get it up. Okay, so just be mindful of that. All right, so what that means, in next couple of weeks we can be in this VIX can be in this zone around 15 to 16.65, and then it's going to bounce higher. All right, So look to take profits. That's the message here. All right. US 30, which is Dow Jones, basically was kind of, let's see, DIA, 0.32%. Okay, so that's not too bad. And again, basically, it's finding support around this 10 MA line, and slowly we're developing a bull trend. Okay, you can see all moving averages are stacked to the upside, and it's possible we can. So this dip here was based on SPX cycle, so I was expecting a little bit of more cool down, but it doesn't have to be like that. It can go up, fill these gaps over here, and then go down. All right. So we'll see, we'll monitor it how it goes. US 2000 is, I already talked about it. You can see it's getting very close to resistance. 1330 is major resistance, and now also we are reaching this yellow line. Okay, this is 50 EMA daily line, and we are not able to close over it. You can see a couple of days not able to close above that. It's possible this cycle low is coming here, so it's possible we're going to reject here and then go down and basically make a same high or lower high. Okay. Crude oil, again weakness, again it's behaving as I have shown here, not able to close above this 20 EMA. This is the blue line, so 20 SMA blue line, dark blue line, and also cycle lows are coming here. So I'm expecting there's a major gap here. Eventually I think there's going to be weakness, and we eventually until June I think we're going to have it around here. We'll be here around 65 at minimum, or we can even go around 60. All right. Natural gas has a really bullish date, but I can show you in 1 hour chart it left a major gap here around 2.27. So if we come down, that's going to be a good area to buy. Okay, so look to buy. Also, you can see since we had the cycle low, now it's moving higher. Now this is raising support here. So the cycle high is going to put pressure on this to go above. And also now we're getting very close to this red line, which is 50 SMA line. So as soon as it closes above that, that's going to be really bullish sign. But looks like it broke out. So any dips you get, if you get a chance to natural gas to come here, fill this gap, that's going to be a great opportunity to buy. Okay, so look for that. And I think it's going to be still in a lot of accumulation zone. So keep an eye on that. It's not going to explode like that. So let's wait and see how it goes. But I'm looking for that gap to fill to go long again. Okay. Bitcoin basically cooling down. You can see still having divergence. You can see PPO is having divergence here. RSI also having a divergence, and I got a sell signal today on RSI. So we'll see how it goes. But again, this is the support line. Bitcoin. Okay, you can see this support line. So any weakness around this support. This is a bullish chart. Be aware of that. There's nothing wrong about this. You can see all these moving averages. If price went up too fast, so they are just catching up a bit. Okay. So nothing wrong in at least going to this 50 SMA red line. You can see it comes to that all the time. Red 50 SMA. So it's possible it can come here. It's possible it can find support here. So look for that. Okay. Ethereum, same thing. Went high too fast. You can see a lot of it's so away from this. This 10 MA, you can see this green line. This is a 10 moving average. It needs to come down to touch that and find support around 1990 and then go higher. Also, it also has this trend line, so a little bit more weakness is always good. Trying to find support for the next leg higher. All right. Let's look at futures. Bitcoin futures. This is the support line. Not able to cross above resistance. I have this big resistance for a while. Okay, so it's not going to be easy to pass that resistance on Bitcoin. You can see this whole area here. It's not going to be a slam dunk. Okay, it's going to take some time to go there. So any weakness, look to buy. Okay, also this dip is coming. This sorry guys, this big cycle is coming here around 12th of May. So that's also going to put a little bit of pressure on Bitcoin. All right. So that's why I have this chart here. It doesn't have to go as low as 24K. Okay. But at least at minimum, there's 50 SMA looking to buy, looking to find support here and then bounce higher. All right. Ethereum futures, same thing. You can see cycle top is coming here, and eventually we're going to be looking to buy around this support is around 1800 zone. So look to buy here, and on this cycle low is also coming here. Dollar was a bit bullish, not sure why, but you can see if I zoom out a bit, looking for dump here. Okay, somebody asked me what's the symbol for dollar. UUP is what you can buy ETF if you want to buy dollar. This is the fund you can buy to trade dollar. Okay, UUP. That behaves same as right. Gold looks like it topped out, and also you can see there was some divergence on RSI and PPO. You can see it's making new high with lower divergence on RSI and PPO. And I'm not bullish. I'm looking to buy around this zone here, 1900, and it's possible we can chop around, slowly go down here, and then look for next leg higher. 1900 is a good area to buy on gold. All right. Silver will do same as gold. Also, you can see, let's go back to gold. You can see this green line crossed the red line. Okay, we have this crossover. Same thing with silver, bearish crossover. So that's a sign that more selling pressure is coming. Also, that RSI printed a red symbol here, so that's also going to put some bearish pressure. Mortgage rates are going higher for some reason. Not sure why, but you can see there's also a major gap here, okay, around 13.89. It's possible it can go higher and then dump. Multiple gaps to the top side, multiple gaps to the downside. Eventually, it's going to go down and fill these gaps. Bonds are not doing good, so it's a mixed message in the market. So basically, bonds are saying market should go down. Stock market is saying it's go down, go up. This is this is the smart money. Okay, this blue line is 200 SMA line, and it's now below that. That's not a good sign. Now the last support is this 50 SMA, which is around 12825. Really needs to hold this. Okay, if this doesn't hold, that does not look good. Okay, so I do have projection here to go down, but I was expecting it to find support around 200 SMA, but it did not. That's not a good sign. So this is smart money. These guys don't believe in this rally. They're saying a dump is coming, so you have to be careful. And also we are at extreme top zone, maybe 1% or 2% left before we dump. So you have to be very, very careful here. Okay. All right, let's look at gold miners. Was down around 2.25%. Okay, let's see if we filled any of these gaps. Let's go to 1 hour chart. No multiple gaps to the top side, and you can see we are still kind of a gap here around green line here. So we have so it's possible it can come down and then find support here, and then bounce higher. Okay, and that's what gold miners are doing. Let's go to other sectors. Let's quickly look at XLE, which is the energy sector. Let's go to the daily chart. Energy sector, okay, it's going down, so it's going to go down with oil. Okay, oil is weakening. This is still not that weak, still pretty high, but I'm expecting this big gap here, this big gap to fill, and then also there's another big gap here, and there's another third. So my target is here. So let's quickly go to crude oil. You can see here this area here around 5th and 6th of June. This is a big cycle low coming here. So possible around June time frame we can have weakness in energy sector, and then XLE, it will be here around June time frame. All right. XLU is basically kind of doing okay. Look to buy weakness. Utility should overall do good, but there are multiple gaps. So any gaps, you should look to buy any of these gaps for a dip higher. Okay. Healthcare kind of flat. It went higher very, very fast. So also it closed this gap today, I think. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Yeah, it did close this gap, so we can get rid of this. Okay, now there's gap down, and it's possible we can come down slightly more to fill this gap and then bounce higher, so be mindful of that. XLF was pretty bullish, but it's still below this 200 SMA. So this is a major resistance here where it is right now around 33.26. If I zoom out, you can see major resistances here. You can see also we had a gap down around here, same area. So yeah, it really needs to, and also 50 SMA is coming. A lot of multiple moving averages are coming here, so it can put a lot of pressure to go downside. Also the cycle low is coming, so I do expect this to top out soon and then have a little bit more bearish pressure on SPX here. All right, industrial sector, again looking bullish because it closed above 50 SMA, but one day does not say anything. It needs to close another day above this 50 SMA line. If it closes above that, that's good. If not, then looking for this gap to fill. All right. Real estate, really bullish price action, but still this gap is still left. I do expect this gap to fill before it goes further up. All right, let's quickly look at Tesla. You can see Tesla basically in a wedge here. You can see I drawn a wedge here. So also earnings is coming day after tomorrow. So that will decide next move. Today it gapped up a bit. Very bullish in the morning, and then it came down, gave everything, was down, was up 2%, was down 2%, and then eventually it closed more than 1% up. Okay, I really want to see Tesla close above this. If I zoom in a bit, I really want to see Tesla close above this this white line, which is 20 EMA. It was up at one point, but then it printed a dodgy candle, which is indecision candle. I really want to see this above 188 at minimum to find support and then next level higher for upside price targets. One thing to know on Tesla, if I go to weekly chart, you can see Tesla from here where it is right now. If I go to all-time highs, it's almost about 115%. That's a lot. So this, out of all big stocks, this is the stock which is down a lot. And if earnings are good, I think we're going to have a massive pump. Okay, massive pump. And then also another thing to note, if we have a pump and after earnings we close here around this trend line, you can see this trend line, and also there's this 200 SMA. The blue line, if we are here around earnings, that will be good area to sell. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. We'll cover that based on next couple of days of price action, what to do before Tesla earnings. All right, let's quickly look at Apple. Looking good. We already checked. I'm looking for my price actions above here. Amazon is looking good. That's the other stock which I like. Amazon, it's finding a lot of support, not able to give up. That's a very good sign, and I'm looking for all these gaps above. You can see a lot of price action, price targets. Okay, I do expect earnings to be good, and this is the other stock which is at the bottom. Basically, if you look at all of the FANG stocks, this is the one stock which is still very low. Still a good time to get in my opinion. Amazon. Google was down. CEO posted an update about something with the ChatGPT. AI is going to be a big risk. But one thing happened, it closed this gap, which is a very good sign. Get rid of this gap. And now there's another gap now here. Let's go to 1 hour chart. It gapped down. Yeah, so it still did not fill. So this gap is going to be our next price target now. So you can put a yellow line here. Okay, so I think this gap can be filled really quick. So don't be too bearish on Google yet. All right. Meta, again, going on a wedge. They're laying off many employees, laid off a lot of workers, also multiple gaps. So again, let's quickly go to weekly chart and see how far away are we from the top on Meta. Let's quickly see to get an idea. From here, we are up less than 75%. So again, even Meta is very high. Tesla is a good stock to be still way down compared to all-time highs. Only thing that bothers me is this big gap here after earnings. So I don't know if what they're gonna do. This big gap down, this big gap up. I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably we're gonna, if earnings are good, we'll open here, fill this gap, and then come down and fill this gap. So we'll see how that goes. Netflix was down again, not sure why, but it's finding support on this 50 SMA red line. So again, okay, you can see my projection, it already filled it. Now I'm looking for these gaps to fill above. There's also this gap left, it came down, so maybe it will come down a little bit more to fill this gap. Before going higher, Microsoft, kind of making a flag, okay. Let's go to 1 hour chart, maybe it filled this gap, let's see. Yeah, it did fill this gap. You can see Microsoft filled this gap, so you can get rid of that. And also the downwards gap was also filled. So let's go back to daily chart. You can see looking very strong. This stock, again, upside price targets here. Snowflake's very good. No gaps to the down. There's gap to the up. Another gap here. So looking for those. So before earnings, I'm looking for more pump. Nvidia cannot go down. People keep shorting Nvidia, but this guy just does not want to give up. And you can see it's following this trend line. Basically, I created two trend lines. There's one trend line here. It's right on this trend line. Second trend line is here. So looking okay. Also, it found support on this 20 EMA. This is the white line. Again, the moving line. So it's still finding support. And it's now between this green line, which is 10 MA, and this 20 EMA. Okay, so right in the middle. But it's looking okay. It's not looking, do not short. I don't know how it's going to go down until earnings, so we'll see. AMD was down to 2%, and it did gap down again. The multiple gaps to the down, multiple gaps to the up. and also it's not able to close this resistance. I told you guys this is a big resistance here, and since then it's not being able to close it. Now to the earnings, if we keep going down, it's going to pump. If we go up from here towards earnings, then it's a different story. We will go down after earnings. Okay, so earnings are here. So for now, I think it's kind of, we'll see. Probably it's going to go up higher first, close these gaps, then go down after earnings. That's what I think is going to happen most likely. We'll see how it goes. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And please, on your way back, hit the like button. Just takes you a second. And please share this video with your friends and family. I really appreciate that. And have a good rest of the Monday. And I'll see you back on Tuesday. Take care. Bye-bye.